Calaroga Shark Media.
Hello, I'm Johnny Mac with 5 good news stories. Good news, humans 1, alligators 0. There was this 8-foot alligator, and he ran into Mike. Mike is a licensed alligator. And I think I made that term up. He's a licensed alligator trapper. An alligator sounds cooler, though. Should we go with that? Mike the alligator caught the alligator by his tail and sat on top of the 8-foot alligator so that the 8-foot alligator could not escape. Mike didn't even have shoes on. He got the upper hand of the alligator. A crowd began to cheer. He picked up the alligator like a baby. Mike showed that the scary-looking 8-foot alligator was no match for him. He paraded around with the alligator for everyone to see. All this happened when the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office reached out. Can't have an 8-foot alligator walking through town, you know? Yeah. Now, maybe Mike could help with the seagulls. I love this headline. Brits are being terrorized by savage seagulls with rival XL Gully gangs competing for the title of Britain's toughest avian thugs. Yes, there are some seagulls. They cause chaos. They come down, they steal your food, they menace you. One gang of seagulls has been nicknamed the XL Gullies Gang, and they are led by Bugsy Seagull. Local resident Martin told the Daily Star, "This seagull walks around up and down the street as if he owns the joint, swiping any food and get his beak on." Some other locals are fans of a different seagull named Stephen Seagull. Ben said the bird residing on your front page of the newspaper couldn't face the web boots of Stephen. You may not be familiar with the bird in question, but Stephen has such confidence, such testosterone, such swagger that he truly believes he's an eagle. Megan is a fan of Judas the seagull, who's taken over her garden. She said he's hardcore. Every time another seagull comes anywhere near him, he'll go for them and practically take a chunk out of their wing. What's good news about this, John? I don't know. Sometimes the stories are just fun. I define good news as not bad news. Judas the seagull's favorite foods apparently are pizza, fruit, and Cathedral City cheese. The fun is in the details. Another world record, a Nigerian chess champion played chess nonstop for 60 hours in New York City's Times Square to break the record for longest chess marathon. Tunde set out to play chess for 58 hours, but continued until he reached 60 at around 12:40 a.m. in the morning. That beat the previous record of 56 hours, 9 minutes, 37 seconds. Tunde played against Sean, an American chess champion. That was to keep in line with the Guinness World Record guidelines that any attempt to break the record must be made by 2 players who would play continuously for the entire duration. So, didn't Sean also break the record? Or did he quit like 5 seconds before and go, "You win"? Like, I'm confused. But hey, it's fun. For every hour of the game, they were given only 5 minutes break. The breaks were sometimes grouped together, and Tunde used it to catch up with locals cheering him on. It was a fundraiser here. They raised $22,000. Now, good news if you live in Chicago and you want nice, straight sidewalks. They got rid of that rat hole one. Do you know about the rat hole? There was a sidewalk on Chicago's north side, and it had like a divot, and the divot looked like somebody had smashed a rat. A Chicago comedian had shared a photo of the rat hole on social media, and it became a thing. Locals started complaining about visitors showing up all the time, leaving coins and other items by the rat hole in the sidewalk. Some in the neighborhood said it's not even a rat, it's a squirrel. But good news, Erica is a spokesperson for the Chicago Department of Transportation. She said the square of sidewalk containing the famous Chicago rat hole is now in temporary storage. This could wind up in a museum somewhere. How fun. All right, a fair criticism from Wowie Wow, who left a 1-star review on Apple Podcast and said, crazy ratio of ads to the actual podcast. Well, the show is 5 minutes long, and we do need to make some money. Otherwise, this is a very, very time-consuming hobby. But one thing you can do now is we set it up on Apple Podcasts so you can become a subscriber and get not only this show, but all the shows on the network commercial-free, just $4.99 a month. So if you have Apple Podcasts open right now, that option should be right in front of you. I did try to back down the ads a little, but like, I gotta be honest, like at some point, you know, I gotta eat. Do you like bees? This is another one of those stories that I'm not sure is good news. If you like bees, it's good news. A toddler told a mom that she heard monsters in her bedroom. Well, that's not good. Well, a beekeeper came by and discovered over 50,000 bees in the wall. Ashley tells People that the little girl said she heard monsters and we'd been watching Monsters, Inc. We told her, nobody's in the closet. We made jokes about fighting the monster. We gave her a spray bottle full of water that was her monster spray. But the poor girl was freaking out, kept saying there were monsters. Then, Mom noticed a few bees in the attic. Since they live in a 100-year-old farmhouse, they decided to call pest control. Pest control said they were honeybees, probably just looking for a place to stay. They don't spray the bees because they're endangered, so that opened up a whole new thing. They went through several beekeepers who were like, nope, can't help. Finally, a beekeeper came with a thermal camera to assess the situation. It revealed a beehive. Mom said at first, I thought it was a body. I was like, what is that? And the beekeeper says, it's a hive. He took out a hammer and knocked on the wall. Bees came swarming out like a horror movie. Mom says there were streams of bees, and the wall where he hit it was oozing honey, but it looked like blood because it was really, really dark. Running down my daughter's pink walls looked really strange. He opened up the wall. It was one of the biggest hives he's seen in his 40-year career. Just 50,000 bees swarming like crazy in my daughter's bedroom, this poor little girl. We sealed off the room. He came back the next day. The first day, the beekeeper was able to remove 20,000 bees and a 100-pound chunk of honeycomb. They had to seal off the room. He came back the next day, and he took out another 20,000 bees. They introduced the beekeeper to the little girl and said, his name is Mr. Monster Hunter. Oh, the bill on this thing? $20,000. If you enjoy this content, you want to access commercial-free archives, become a subscriber on Apple Podcasts, just $4.99 US per month. You can start with a free 30-day trial if you want to try that out. If you prefer to support podcasts by using the value for value model, you can use a Podcasting 2.0 app like Fountain, Podcast Guru, or True Fans. You can stream some sats our way. Follow the show for free on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your shows. And if you're new, be sure to press that button that says follow so you never miss an episode. Have an awesome day and watch out for bees.